Hi, Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev, and welcome back to my channel and another recap of Married at First Sight Nashville. Today's program is brought to you by my dryer in the background. So you hear the it's my dryer. Anyway, let's get on. Now this week, they were wading into the deep end of the remaining relationships as the couples attempt to connect on a stronger level by trying to go getting deep in, which they call getting to the crust. Now they all meet with Dr. Pepper. Don't you just love that name, Dr. Pepper? So, there may be a few spoilers here if you haven't watched the episode yet. So try to watch the episode. Let's see, let's get started with, first, let's wait for Kirsten and Shaquille, because they got some real juicy stuff to tell you about. Okay, Eris and Jasmine. Now remember, Eris is the one that's really afraid to let his walls down, says he's totally not attracted to his wife, Jasmine, but yet all he talks about is sex stuff, Anyway, Jasmine revealed to Dr. Pepper that she kind of feels like she's a bit phony because she teaches all of her students to be, tries to be a role model. I can't talk today. Tries to be a role model to all of her students and feels like she's not leading the life she's teaching them to lead. And then Eris admits that his lack of attraction to her has more to do with being afraid to get close to people. So he reveals that, his dad died when he was young. Not his dad was young, but Eris was young. And then his best friend died. And who else? Another person, there's a say on my notes. He's had 3 people that he got close to die. So Dr. Pepper says, well, it's not you, Jasmine. It's not you. It's his problem, his issue. He's afraid to get close to people because when he does, they die. And I'm thinking, I don't know about that with this guy. No, it's just a feeling you get, So they, they just do their regular talking. He complains that she never really opens up, and it's like, well, I wouldn't want to open up to some guy who says he's totally not attracted to me or anything, gosh. Excuse me. So excuse me. So then the experts sent a jar of all these little slips of paper with questions on them, and some of them are kind of deep questions. The goal is to get people to open up about things like from their past. So Eris is reading them off, and I'm wondering, and it's like he's asking her, and she's answering like with one word or a couple of word sentences, what are you most afraid of, nervous about right now? And she goes, my marriage. She never really delves into what's bothering, but then they never show his answers except on one question. And he complains that she'll only answer with one question, or a couple of sentences. Never really goes deep into it. So he invites her mother over and tries, doesn't try, but he speaks with her about how do you get her to open up and stuff. So, it's just, I don't know. I'm bored with this couple. It's kind of wasting our time. Let's see. She reveals that her parents, to the outside or to them, had a perfect marriage and never argued or never did anything. That if they had any disagreements, they must have solved them behind closed doors. So she doesn't know how to solve things like that. Is that boring to you? Okay, let me see. And then Chris and Noelle. Chris and Noelle have a brief meeting with the expert too, of course. it finally feels to them like they've met the perfect match, which appears to please Dr. Pepper immensely. Closing out the expert meeting. Oh, right, that's just nothing else. They get together, and it's cute. Chris and Noelle get together to do yoga with Noelle's dad. I guess Noelle and her dad had a relationship where they get together and do yoga. In fact, her dad became a yoga instructor. Well, they went to do the yoga at a place that has goats. And you know how much I love goats. And it's so cute because the goats are walking around, stepping on them and stuff. And Chris asked her father what Nicole was like as a child. And he revealed that there were struggles because Nicole often behaved badly. But that she's grown and changed. He acknowledges her dad, how much Nicole has changed since she's been married to Chris, that he's really happy about. And that Chris can call him dad if he likes. Because he had told Chris not to call him dad until he's earned Chris's respect and Chris has earned his respect. So apparently Chris is winning over his heart. Now I mean, as much as I want this couple to work out, sometimes the look on Chris's face, I still wonder if he's just not really saying what he really thinks or feels, if he's afraid of hurting Nicole. Because he has said all along that in his other relationships, he was very vulnerable, and then people stepped all over him, didn't say what he thought, and all that kind of stuff. And so sometimes just to look on his face, you know, I don't know. I just so did they do the? These notes aren't making much sense that I made. So anyway, Nicole and Chris do their little note things, you know, with their little questions on them while they're working out. And that's where she admits that she's worried someday she's going to wake up and the marriage, how it is now, is going to be over. What can I say? So then let's see, we had Gina and Clint. Okay. Clint has a hard time when they meet with Dr. Pepper, understanding why he needs to ask questions in order to get to know his wife. But even if it doesn't feel the most natural, he's willing to try, perhaps taking a cue from a friend who reminded him that not everyone is as open as Chris is. And Gina, of course, revealed to him, I mean, she was raised by her mom, and her dad wasn't really in the picture much at all. So she doesn't know how to react or speak with men. And she's great with women because that's how she communicated growing up, was, you know, with her mom and another, you know, friends and stuff. So that's why it's hard for her. And I don't, oh, they started doing the fishbowl question. That's what they called the little thing. It wasn't really a fishbowl with the questions in it. But they didn't really get very far. So, I don't know. I kind of felt like it was a little boring until we got to Kirsten and Shaquille. Now remember, she's the one I label as the Ice Princess. Well, she's been starting to let her little iceness down. You know. And she revealed to Dr. Pepper that she really, you know, wants Shaquille to start, you know, being more aggressive and stuff. And he's, well, how do I know that? You know, because you don't tell me that. Whenever I've tried to make advances, you've always, So she made it, you know, appear that she wants him to start being more aggressive. Now, I can just tell by the way she looks at him and stuff that she's really, hot for him, Well, hello, Miss Callie. So, Shaquille decides, I'm going to surprise her. She comes home, and he's got all this body paint. Okay. And normally, he would not have tried that. So she goes in and changes into a little skimpy thing, all right? And he's doing all this paint, paints on her. And she's telling him, keep going, And it gets to the point where he says something like, do you totally trust me? And she says, yes, I do. He gets his whipping cream and in her mouth and puts a strawberry in his mouth and reaches up and kisses her and gives her the strawberry. Well, they kissed for a little bit, and she liked it apparently because they did it a couple of times. So they're getting kind of hot and heavy, and I saw a preview of next week, and next week it's going to be a good one for them. So let's see if there's anything else I need to tell you about. I already talked about her mother. Yeah, pretty much. You also see, it wasn't that exciting. I hope you don't think this video's boring. I noticed the viewership's gone down a little. Don't blame me. So, if you watch this, please make comments or tell me if you watch it. I'd like to see what your opinions are. Remember, these are my opinions, my interpretations, and I'd like to hear your opinions too. So please comment below, share, like, and subscribe. And I think next week's gonna be a lot juicier. So, see you next week. Love you all. Bye.